Hello, this is Krillian, and welcome to episode 3 of my Let's Play Dragon Age Origins, where we are playing Krillian Kuzlin, a thief-human noble. So many political things you could say about that. Our house has been attacked by Arl Howe, who was supposed to have aligned his troops with my father to, they killed poor Nan! They killed poor Nan! I'm surprised she didn't take 12 of them with her. Anyways, they attacked my home when most of my father's troops were away, and now we are going to find my father in the larder on a passage that leads out. I have found my family's sword too, which is not necessarily the greatest weapon for me to wield, but I'm wielding it nonetheless.
There, you both are. I was
Bryce!
wondering when you would get here.
Maker's blood, what's happening? You're bleeding!
Al's men found me first. Almost did me in right there.
Why would he do this? In the kingdom, it wouldn't necessarily go well.
He can't get away with this. The king will...
Bryce, we must get you out of here.
I won't survive the standing, I think.
No, you'll be fine. Come on.
My boy. If only Will could make it so.
Once Hal's men break through the gate, they will find us. We must go!
Someone must reach Fergus. Tell him what has happened.
They must have something for him, too. They wouldn't bother killing all of us otherwise.
Bryce, no. The servant's passage is right here. We can flee together, find you healing magic.
I actually have like 12
Is
poultices.
surrounded. I cannot make it.
I'm afraid the turn is correct. Howe's men have not yet discovered this exit, but they surround the castle. Getting past will be difficult.
You are Duncan, then? The Grey Warden?
Yes, your ladyship. The turn and I tried to reach you sooner.
My youngest son helped me get here. Maker be praised.
I am not surprised.
I'm gonna thank him.
I fear your thanks are premature. I doubt I have saved him.
Whatever is to be done now, it must be quick. They are coming.
Duncan, you are under no obligation to me, but I beg you, take my wife and son to safety.
I will, your lordship, but I fear I must ask for something in return.
Anything.
What is happening here pales in comparison to the evil now loose in this world. I came to your castle seeking a recruit. The Darkspawn threat demands that I leave with one.
I understand.
So it's me, huh?
You fought your way to me through Howe's men. I think the Maker's intention is clear. I will take the Tyrna and your son to Ostagar to tell Fergus and the king what happened. Then, your son joins the Grey Wardens.
So long as justice comes to Hal. I agree.
Then I offer you a place within the Grey Wardens. Fight with us.
See, he doesn't know about the servant, who is a true hero, I tell you. But sure.
We must leave quickly then.
Bryce, are you sure?
Our son will not die of Hal's treachery. He will live and make his mark on the world.
Darling, go with Duncan. You have a better chance to escape without me.
Eleanor.
Hush, Bryce. I'll kill every bastard that comes through that door to buy them time. But I won't abandon you.
Are you sure about this, Mom?
This is with your father. At his side to death and beyond.
I'm so sorry it's come to this, my love.
Well, he suddenly started bleeding a lot faster.
And did all we could. It's up to our children now.
Then go, pup. Warn your brother. Know that we love you both. You do us proud.
They've broken through the gates. We must go now.
Goodbye,
Okay.
darling.
And my path as a Grey Warden has begun. Okay. So, I had like a dozen poultices. They stopped like everything. At the bare minimum, he should have been good enough for me to get him out of the building. But, you know, oh no, it's not responding. That was okay. Now it seems like it's back again.
We will be traveling south through
good.
the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
You're such a pessimist, Duncan.
King Kaelan, I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest, are you not? I don't think we've ever actually met.
We're not going to be rude to him, he's the king.
Your brother has already arrived with High Ever's men, but we are still awaiting your father. Dead? What do you mean? Duncan, do you know anything about this?
Terran Cousland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken High Ever Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I can scarcely believe it. Well, how could he think he could get away with such treachery? As soon as we are done here, I will turn my army north and bring Howe to justice. You have my word.
Thank you.
No doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he and his men are scouting in the wilds.
When will we return?
Not until the battle is over, I fear. Until then, we cannot even send word. I apologize, but there's nothing more I can do. All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the Darkspawn for the time being.
Thank you, Your Majesty. We're just gonna be
I'm
polite.
sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
Things are that good, huh?
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
Okay. He definitely seems fairly sure of himself.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
But that doesn't reassure you much.
Despite the victory so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Why not? Seems like a good question.
Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can and look to Terran Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Your hound can stay with me while I attend to some business. The Grey Warden tent is on the other side of this bridge. You will find us there should you need to.
Okay. So you can actually click for their head. because hitting run the whole way is kind of not great. So you can kind of run long distances by clicking, but that's not necessarily as fun either. I really wish the game had like R. You hit R and just keep going. Those games with auto run always make me happier. We have the Royal Enclave. What do you have to say?
Greetings. King Kaelan is not in his tent right now?
Let's persuade him.
I suppose I do. Though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Teyrn Loghain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
I do. Probably not here today.
That's how the Teyrn feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny that Teyrn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
He's married, huh?
To the Teyrn's daughter, no less. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
Okie dokie.
As you wish.
So, let's go ahead and level up because it may matter. First thing I have to do is get to 24 decks before everything else. We do get some kind of cool stuff here. Duelist is really great. Assassin has some fun abilities. You get 2 of them, I believe, over time. I'm gonna go with Flurry, because that next is Momentum, which we may not be able to get for 2 more levels or something. We'll find out.
Look carefully, man. This wretched thing is...
Take that bow, because we need all the loots.
Stick them with your sword and archer, and they go down. Their blood is blackest.
All of the loots possible. Okay, nothing over here. Okay, don't get tainted with darkspawn blood.
Sends these darkspawn back underground. You believe that?
I don't know what to believe. We've won every battle, but there's more of them each time.
Makes you wonder if them Grey Wardens are right.
I don't want to think about that.
Sounds like the perfect time to get drunk, if you ask me.
Sounds like they're gonna go have fun. Nothing here. I think there's something around this area that I get to loot away. Can't get into there. Yep, we have some sacks. Ooh, scale armor I will never wear. And set of leather boots. That might be better than what I have.
The all before me. Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. The all before me is darkness, yet shall the Maker's light be.
Okay. So we know what we can up here. There are some missions that we can pick up in this area.
Our scouting party made it back last night. Barely.
What do you mean?
Only 2 of them made it, and one was minus a leg. Said they encountered...
That makes it really hard to get back. That's impressive. Hobbling on one leg would be difficult.
You approach the tent of Teyrn Loghain. State your business.
Tell me about him.
How can you not know of Loghain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Teyrn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Loghain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn.
Is he inside?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities.
Surely you could tell me a little.
I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days. The Teyrn's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Teyrn speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Teyrn Loghain tells him. Without the Teyrn, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are.
Can I see him?
I suppose you have a message for him?
Nope.
Hold on, then.
I just feel like talking to him.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
Yep. How do you know that?
His Majesty could not contain his excitement after your meeting. How could I not hear about you? Kaelan's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
So So you don't like that, huh?
The Wardens are impressive, but not as relevant as Kalen thinks. You look familiar. Have I seen you at the Lands meet?
Yes.
The King told me of his promise. I'm certain he has every intention of following it through. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
I don't know.
If Kalen has his way, you will. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
You seem kind of not fond of him.
He is Marik's son, and the leader of my beloved Ferelden, and a very young man. I try to keep that in mind, as should you.
That did not sound like, no, I like the dude. That sounded almost the opposite. What's up, Knight?
Welcome to the King's camp, my lord.
Okay, back here, I happen to know that there is something... Oh, there we go. You do want to grab everything you can out and to talk to you. I'm not a fighter, so I don't really care about the Ash Warriors, but why not?
You haven't brought more instructions from the Tern, I hope.
What instructions?
Tern Logain has changed our scouting route a dozen times. If you're not from the Tern, what do you want? We're busy.
You don't look like the other soldiers.
We aren't. We're Ash Warriors.
What is that?
Our training has been passed down since Lathias the Dwarf Son first harnessed the battle rage of the dwarves. It is an old tale.
What do you do?
We harness the rage inside us, nurture it, and draw it out so we cannot fall in battle until our last foe is slain. It is a dwarven discipline, but we've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds. That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his.
Okay. I have one of my own.
Then you are most fortunate. A trained Mabari hound is as dangerous as any sword. We do not speak of a city pet or those things that sit in an old woman's lap.
Why have you painted them?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies, but the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
What if they're prey?
Why? Would you steal our caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes?
I hope you're joking.
If you tried, we would kill you. And that is no joke.
What are you preparing for them?
Scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight.
What do you mean by that?
Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive grow immune to its effects. The Wardens say that tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill.
Sounds good.
Why, thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
Asking that dude, hey, do you want to leave your dog at home, just seems like a silly thing to do. Obviously he likes his dog.
Excuse me, I must get the hounds ready for battle. Excuse me, I must get the hounds ready for battle.
Stand here in
Half
this
the
hour,
dogs are sick
good
from
folk
quiet
of Ferelden,
and trying to listen.
and we contemplate
Terrible.
the death that may await. Death is no...
Let's wander up here. Okay.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So
You may not want to remain here long, Warden. Most of these men have been tainted by the Darkspawn blood.
That sounds bad.
You need to convince them. We've got to run. The Darkspawn are coming.
Why do you say that?
I saw them. We're gonna die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
The
The commander who brought him here didn't seem to think so.
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
He definitely seems pretty distraught.
The pain.
Okay.
Sorry, the main army camp is off limits for you right now.
Oh, okay. We have to go there eventually, I think.
All right.
Oh, skull gloves, we'll take that. We need all the loot we can for money. Nope, I can't talk to that guy yet. I'll talk to this guy.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me?
You haven't been sentenced?
No. They put someone like me in a cage until someone important has time to decide what to do with me. I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you? All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
Why would they not feed you?
I expect nobody thought of it with all the battles and such.
I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
Okay, I actually have a cake. I'd give you the cake.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
Why do you want to
Why
desert?
does anyone want to desert? Because he thinks he's going to die, and can I? The army will figure out. Right? All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs.
That was weird, the conversation to weird things, but I'd chat with him.
To say. He'll get his day to plead his case.
Yes, for food and water.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
Come on, dude.
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. Don't know why you care. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
I don't really care. You can do that.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
Here you go.
Much obliged. You're a kind soul, you are. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. My belly thanks you. At least if I'm hanged, I'll have a little weight on me.
Okay. That was a sad upside. Let's talk to this dude.
You're not what I thought you'd be.
And what do you think I'd be?
Me? I was hoping for a comely lass with golden hair and terrible eyesight. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they'd cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
What do you know about it?
I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
Maybe they will.
It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
They're forcing you to be here.
I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
Okie dokie. Apparently he's done talking to this lady.
How do you do?
I'm going to take this. And then come talk to this dude.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain.
Can't say I have. No, if you're an elf, he treats you like a servant.
That suit better be patched up when she gets back, or by the maker up. No, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies?
Do you need help tracking the girl down?
I'm sure you have better things to do than run errands for me. I can find her myself.
Let's see what kind of supplies you have.
For the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course, to keep morale up, you understand.
Okay, let me see what you have.
Let me know what you'd like.
Okay. So first we're going to sell everything that we can. This doesn't matter for me. Sell that, sell the greatsword. Sell those. You know, I may keep the longbow for now. So that. I'm already wearing those, so we don't need to keep them. So this one, so this one. Oh, I was supposed to loot the money off my mom. I forgot that. We're going to sell the Hightower shield and Kuzen's guard shield. You can take the items off of your mother, and I totally forgot. I think there's something later where I need a bunch of vellum. So I'll keep that. Okay. First thing I need to do is buy the backpack. I also need all 3 lesser injury kits. And then every healing potion that he has. $2 silver for that is not worth it. Okay, let's see if he has anything I really want. Be a little bit better for the dagger. No, I don't need that. Okay.
Hello again. Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
Let's see your other goods.
As long as you keep it quiet.
We're gonna have to buy some stuff later because, like, we can't afford this yet, for the most part. Some really great stuff if you have the money for it. We're gonna go ahead and buy that now, in the hopes we'll have more later. I also hope that he has another backpack, because you can get so many backpacks to get your equipment count up, and the more, the merrier.
That course of action is in advance.
Oh, whatever. You're just being sad. Okay, over here we have another one. We're gonna finish this camp, and when we start on the actual quest to become a Grey Warden, we will end the episode. We'll probably try to sell stuff, because there's a few other things that we have not yet looted like crazy. And although we have so many slots, we may not matter.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
You're a very strange man there, dude.
You're not the first to tell me that. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage?
Don't worry, I'm not a mage.
Less being yelled at for me, then. Though the day is still young. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit. From Highever. I should have recognized you right away. I apologize.
And you must be Alistair.
Did Duncan mention me? Nothing bad, I hope. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Let's go then.
Eager, are we? Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
What is that argument about?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
You were a mage hunter, huh?
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes, the Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
Okay, let's go.
If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Okay. Okay. So Alistair is going to become a defender.
Do this, do that.
Okay. Time to see if I can open this. Ooh, I can. That's great. Take all those. Okay. So we have a little bit more stuff to loot. Or that we looted. I kind of want to sell it now, just because.
Hello.
I don't want the.
Is there something you need? Some supplies, perhaps?
Let's see your other goods.
So long as you keep it quiet.
Okay. I kind of want to sell that. There's a point where I'll want it, so we won't. I'm gonna sell the magic. Okay. We're just gonna sell that. I'm gonna keep the bow. I may use it. This is probably what Alistair has. Alistair's the only companion that really matters in this part. Out of curiosity.
Is that for me?
Oh, I can give it to him.
Really? Wow! Wow! Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
I thought he liked the alcohol. Well, still, I need to get rid of those things. And so, hopefully my hand will give me more presents to hand out later. For now, then, we are here.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations.
That is correct.
Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
I apologize, Duncan. I'll go collect who we're missing.
I missed one of the guys. This big dude.
This is Sajori, a knight from Redcliffe.
How'd you do?
And this, of course, is the recruit that Duncan said he was bringing.
I'm Corlin. Pleased to meet you.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Kokari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit.
Okay, so it's not that hard, but what is it for?
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned.
And what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
What do they do?
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities, with so many having forgotten their commitments to us. I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
And if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
How do we find the archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistair will guide you to the area you need to search.
Okay, understood.
Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
Okay, so we're going to get out of the... we're actually going to probably stop at the gate. So... this is my motley crew. We have a Greatsword Wielder, Sword and Shield, Rogue that we're going to set mainly to archery, and then me. So we're going to end the episode here. Episode 4 will take us into the Kakari Wilds. For now, like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Otherwise, I'll talk to you later. Adios.